Welcome to Teachin Fishin Coffee Hour, November 16th, 2020. Of course, on Monday. Sometimes they all feel. Well, good to see everybody. If you're a Michigander, yesterday was the opening of firearm deer season, so hopefully you caught a deer this weekend. If you're fishing, hopefully you, well, I don't know, we'll see. Could have went fishing Saturday and Friday. I don't know if you could have went fishing yesterday because of the wind, but hopefully you got a chance to get out if you did Friday or Saturday. Hopefully you did well. Good to see everybody. Spike, our good buddy Gary Spiker from Iowa's with us. Forrest Menzing, hi Forrest. Larry. Roderick Wilkins, hi Rod. Kyle Miller, Jim Mick. Dale Roush says wakey as he always does. Dave Fowler, Jeff Lanthier, hi Jeff. Ed Bolanowski from the Deer Blind in Northern Michigan. Timmy Timmerman. Phil Bonnell, hi Philly, how are you? Mitch Lidge. Danny Morris, hi Dan, I was just talking to you. I talked to Bill Brandt the other day when we were talking about you a little bit. Randy Sauls, Lee Gould. Lee, I hope you're doing well, buddy. Lee had a couple days where he was in the hospital. Hope he's doing well. Jason George, hi Jason. Jason and I have this, I don't know what to call it. Going on. I think my number is close to his mom's, I think. Is it your mom or mother-in-law? And I get a text every once in a while, can I go pick up his kids? It's kind of funny. So, yeah, kind of funny. Makes me laugh. So, Brian Murray. Hi, Brian. John Hakala is with us. Good morning from Goochland, Virginia. Good old Goochland. All right. Rod Harder. It says, good morning, Captain. No fishing on Erie with new boat. Only got Saturday in. I'm scheduled to be here all week. Yeah, the weather looks awful for this week. Saturday looks like, Thursday looks like a maybe day right now. Saturday looks like an okay day. But Thursday looks like the only chance you might have is Thursday. It looks like today, tomorrow, and Wednesday are going to be brutal. So, all right, John Cizalka says, why do fish swim in schools? Because they can't walk. Well, there you go. Now we can start. There's our bad joke. So, hi, Kim. Randy Ployster. Hi, Randy. Larry Schneider. Steve. Ryan. Good to see everybody. We'll go ahead and get started here today. So, again, good to see you guys. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Like I said, if you're out, if you're a Michigan guy and you were out deer hunting, hopefully you got your deer. I was supposed to work Saturday down at Cabela's in Dundee for Lawrence. I wasn't feeling good Thursday night, and I called Chris McCauley to see if he could cover for me. So Chris went down. Chris was down there for 8 hours at the Lawrence area in Dundee, and he said he saw about 6 people. Because the weather was absolutely beautiful Saturday, and then I was in Saginaw yesterday at Cabela's for 4 hours, thank goodness, and I talked to 3 people, actually 4 people. One of them was Mark Pananzak, one was Jim Pearson, who's a friend of the show. He came by to say hi. Pananzak came by to say hi. One guy came in and asked, he was looking for an ice fishing battery. That was it. And then I had a little old grandma lady come in and show me she was looking, her grandson had texted her an ad from Cabela's. He was looking for a combo of eyes and ears for the range. So I took her over to because there weren't other associates around. I took her over to the gun department and found her some eyes and ears for her grandson for Christmas, and that was kind of the extent of my day. So it was kind of a long 4 hours sitting there. Actually, it went pretty good. Jim came by and we sat down and chatted for a while. That was kind of nice. Mark was there, so kind of shot the day. So anyway, that was my weekend. Then we came back here last night. I had dinner with Carol. Then we came over here. We were over here last night until about 2:15, 2:30. This morning working on seminars and working on other stuff. So but I look a little ragged today. For some reason, my camera is yellow and the focus isn't right. So I don't know what happened. I had a hard time getting on the computer this morning. It took me almost 15 minutes to get able to go on. So who knows, the wonders of technology. So, all right, let's get started. Looks like we got our crew. Obviously, our numbers are a little low. They're getting a little lower. Guys are at work. Today, I think there's a lot of guys hunting. So, we're going to kind of call it good. But we got the people we need. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, I wanted to see what you guys did. I'm going to tell you what I do and kind of how my feeling is. And then I wanted to kind of ask you guys how you do it. Remember, the coffee hour is kind of a interactive chat here. So wintertime storage. We've been seeing lots of questions on Facebook, the educational forum. I got a few the other day through email. And the question is, what do you guys do in the winter with your batteries specifically? So that's been the big question. Wintertime, can I store my batteries in my boat? What do I do? Now, I got my first boat on my 13th birthday, so 1978. I've had a boat ever since. And I don't ever, I've never winterized a boat to this day. I've never winterized a boat. The closest I came was when I had my Evinrudes and you could do the winterization right at the ramp. That's the closest I've come to actually, winterizing, quote unquote, a boat. But as far as, fogging oil and doing all this stuff, I've never ever done that. Part of that is because you just never know when you're going to get a nice day in December, January, February, and you're going to want to take your boat and go fishing. So I don't like to do that. The other thing is, I don't know that's necessary. When I had smaller boats, I would change lower unit fluid before it got too cold. Usually right about now, as it's starting to get cold, but it's not freezing. If I knew it wasn't going to freeze overnight, I'd pull the lower unit fluid in the morning, let it drain all day and over the night. If I knew it wasn't going to freeze, fill up the next day and leave it through the winter. And then what I would do before I went in the spring is I'd drain that lower unit fluid again and put new stuff in the spring. That's all I've done. Batteries I've always left in the boat with an onboard charger. It used to just be little small chargers, used to be little maintainers. Now I've got, we use the tournament series from Pro Mariner. That's what we use for our battery chargers. We use the tournament series. I have a 3-bank in the front of my boat that charges my 320 batteries, and I have a 2-bank in the back of my boat that charges both of my cranking battery and my accessory battery. Both are 3-stage chargers, which means they monitor. They charge up to 90%, about 92%. Fairly quickly, and then from 92 to 100 they trickle up to 100, they turn off, they go into monitoring phase, and they get down below 92, they automatically turn back on and re-trickle. So I just leave my stuff in the boat plugged in, and I don't have a chance to leave my boats inside. My boats, if they're here, they sit outside. So they're not in heated storage, they're not even in a barn, they're outside under a cover. And usually in the wintertime, I've got my custom cover I use. Then usually I'll throw a tarp over top of the custom cover in the wintertime. And that's what I do. And I just leave them plugged in. And I don't worry too much about them. I haven't really had knock on wood, haven't had an issue with batteries the next year. So that's kind of what I do. That's kind of my advice to everybody, right? Leave them in, put a good charger on them, and away you go. You can't do it with a cheap charger. A 2-bank charger that costs, $99 probably isn't going to do that. It's not going to be a 3-phase. It's not going to monitor, not going to trickle. You want a good quality charger to do that with. So that's kind of what I do. I wash the seats. I use a nice vinyl protector, BioClean. Our good buddies at BioClean. They make a really, really nice vinyl cleaner and protector. I clean all the vinyl, get it all clean, get it all protected, cover everything up if we can. I do take my electronics out. I can't do it in the pontoon because they're in the dash and they're almost impossible to get out. But I do take my electronics off because remember those little dots or pixels on your unit. Those are still called liquid crystal displays. those little dots or pixels are filled with liquid. So they can get cold enough in the wintertime that they'll freeze, and then you'll get these little black dots on your screen, which are pixels that are frozen and have popped. So I do bring my electronics in. I don't let those sit outside. I do bring those in. I store those inside. And a lot of times, like we've talked to you guys, we'll play with the electronics, put in waypoints, edit some stuff, run the latest software, just have them in the house and actually kind of use them. But I don't leave my electronics outside. I think that's a big deal. So Roy says he leaves his batteries in the boat on the charger, changes the lower unit fluid, and that's it. I think that's about it. John says he admittedly overkills, pulls the batteries out, wash them with baking soda, put them indoors on a tender. He says he always changes the oil, lower lube, and trailer bearings. I usually do that kind of maintenance in the spring. I'm not a big, I don't do that a lot, and then when I do that, mostly in the spring. Roy says he winterizes boats at work, but these are boats that don't come back out till late spring, early summer, Memorial Day to Labor Day boats, yeah, those are a little different. Jeff says he leaves the batteries plugged in and charging, change the lower end oil, and keep motor down, ready to go at any time. Boat is stored outside. Yeah, I think that's another thing. I guess that kind of goes without saying. Anytime you get your motor home, I don't care if it's even summertime, but specifically if it's going to be cold out, as soon as you get home, take your motor toter off and drop that motor all the way down. Let all that water run out, and get all that water out, especially as it starts to get colder. Forrest's kind of rubbing it in. He says a heated garage saves a lot of headaches. It does, and thank goodness Forrest has a heated garage because I got to borrow his cover. So, Forrest, I got your cover back up at J&K. They're fixing a few little strings and frays and putting a couple new snaps on for you. So as soon as it gets done, I'll get it back to you, but I appreciate you letting me borrow it. Gooch, hi Gooch, says this is his first year storing a boat. But it's being stored in a heated shed. Would you still recommend changing out the lower unit fluids? Yeah, I would. That's just a nice little precaution. Now, before I say yes, let me back up. I haven't done that on any of my recent motors, right? I got my first Evinrude in, let me think, 05? Yeah, got my first Evinrude in 2005. And my first E-Tech, and those are sealed. They tell you don't touch anything for 3 years. So I rolled those over fast enough. I never had to do that. So watch what you've got. If you've got a brand new motor, my new Suzuki's, a lot of them will tell you don't open that lower unit for 3 to 5 years. It's under warranty. The fluid they use, they don't worry about. They tell you not because. And my uncle told me the same thing. My uncle used to own Marina here in Davison, and when I got my Lund Pro V in 1988, I asked him about lower unit fluid and impellers. He goes, look at impeller. He says, you're still getting good water flow. Don't touch it. He goes, lower unit. He goes, unless you see signs of leakage, he says, don't mess with it. He says, well, the problem is a lot of guys get in there, they open up the lower unit, they take the screw out. There's a rubber seal on there, a gasket that should be changed every time you take that screw out. He says a lot of guys will take that out. They'll try to do that themselves. They'll put that in there. They'll cross thread it, or they won't get the pressure tight when they tighten it, or too tight. And they'll break the seal, and then they got problems. He said so. And this is back in 1988 when I bought the boat. He's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Too many. He says again, he was a marine dealer, owned a shop, was a mechanic. He says I see more motors in here with trouble because guys tried to work on them themselves than I ever do motors going bad. So there you go. So Gooch, depends on how old your motor is. Phil says boat stays in my unheated garage, batteries stay on the trolling trickle charger. I'll bring my electronics and downriggers inside and put them in the basement. Need to change the lower unit oil soon. When do you change the engine oil, fall or spring? My engine oil, a 4-stroke obviously, my Suzuki, mine tells me every 100 hours. So I have an hour meter on my boat, and I reset that after I get I have 2-hour meters. I have one that continuously runs and continually adds hours. Then I have one I can reset. So when I do an oil change, I'll reset that to 0, and then I'll look, Philly. So right now if I had, let's say, 94, 95, 90 hours on my oil, and I know I'm going to change it at 100, I would take it in right now and get it changed because I know I'm going to get to 100 in the spring. I don't want to mess around with spring. I'd rather wait 2 weeks, get oil change now than wait 2 weeks, get an oil change in April. So it depends on where my hours are. If my hours are below 30 or 40, I'll wait until I kick it my 100 hours in the spring. If they're up around 60, 70, 80 for sure, on my 100-hour oil change, I would change it now and be ready and be able to get the 100 hours out of it in the spring. So there you go. Jeff says he's hoping to have a heated pole barn next year. So am I. So am I. Kim says he keeps his batteries hooked up in his boat with a Pro Mariner 12 amp 2-bank. His attached garage. It gets chilly in there, but never freezing temps. Lee says I leave them in hooked up and chargers plugged in. I do change my lower oil. Lee says he takes more precautions when he leaves the launch or get home in the winter. Make sure motors are drained. Bump the key to flush out the water of the impeller. I do put a plug in my live well intake and blow my bilge out. I like those ideas, right? Get an air compressor, blow air into your lines of your live well pickups, your bilge hoses that shoot out. Get in there, get those. I know guys that actually unhook their pumps, right? They'll unhook their pumps from the bracket, take their motors out, run their motors a little bit, get all that water out of there. And at least if you take the motor out, now if you do have a little bit of water in your bracket or your case, if the motor's out, that water's got a little bit of room to expand. It's not going to crack the casing. So I know a lot of guys that do that. They just take those pumps, they spin those pumps on land, get all the water out, and then just take the pumps out. And I'm going to tell this, if you guys don't have cartridge pumps for your live well pumps and for your bilge pumps, where you can actually take the cartridge out and replace it without having to, if your motor goes bad, replace the whole cartridge, that's a great winter project. Get yourself replaceable cartridge pumps where the bracket is secured and it just sits there and the pump actually goes in and locks in, and if the pump goes bad, you just take it out, wire in a new pump, put it in and you're done. You don't ever have to take the bracket or casing or housing off. So if you don't have those kind of pumps in your boat, that's a great winter project to put those in, and then at each end, go to your wires. If your pumps are put together with butt connectors or butt splices, cut those off and buy some kind of quick disconnect, and then buy an extra motor and put the quick disconnect on it. So when you're on the water, you simply put the motor in, unclip the quick disconnect, plug it back in, and you're done. What you don't want to do if you're on the water is have a bilge pump go bad and you've got to get down in your storage compartment in the bilge, cut 2 wires, try to get butt splices in as you're going up and down the water. Water's coming in, your bilge pump isn't pumping out. Be prepared for that. That's a big deal. That's a good winter project. If you don't have cartridge pumps, put them on. If you don't have quick disconnects on your pump wiring, do that this winter. That's a really good project to make you a little safer. Larry says he does all the same, but he puts RV antifreeze in his live well pumps and bilge pumps. I do a little bit of that too. Just a little. It doesn't take a lot. Just a little dab to run through to get through your drains. It solves a lot of problems. Rod Harder says, can a 4-bank charger charge 5 batteries if 2 are in series and other are tied in for a 36-volt trolling motor? Yes, they can, but I don't know how the monitor works. If you got 2 12-volt batteries, I don't know how the monitor works if one of those batteries goes down and the other one doesn't. If you've got one bad battery, one good battery. I'm not quite sure how that works. Not something I would recommend. I always recommend, 3-bank for your trolling motor, a 2-bank for your back if you can. But Rod, it's gonna charge. I just don't know how good it's gonna do on the monitoring end if one of those 12 volts that are hooked together, one's got 1 or 2 bad cells, the other one doesn't. I'm not quite sure how it's gonna monitor. It may overcharge if it monitors the. If you've got, I just don't know how it's gonna work. I don't know about that, Rod. I don't like that idea. It works, but it's not something I am jumping for joy about hearing about. Captain Kevin, our good buddy from Lake Erie. Hi, Captain Kevin. Gooch says, pretty sure it's a 2012. Check the owner's manual, Gooch. Tell you what it asks you, and then, when's the last time you changed your lower unit fluid? A lot of the new motors, you don't need to do it. So, Ray says, is there a time frame when you change your oil? We just talked about that with the 4-strokes. My 4-stroke Suzuki is designed for $100. I get an annoying, just an annoying, piercing 3 quick beeps when it's time for an oil change. $100. So again, I look right now, and my pontoon, we did an oil change not too long ago. I think the pontoon's got 21 hours on the new oil change, so I'm not going to do it this winter. I'll do it next year when we get to the 100-hour mark. The Polar Craft would have had about 9 hours on it this year, so I wouldn't have done that. But there are years I pull in here in October or after a November trip, and I've got 93 hours. So I know in 7 hours when we an oil change, I'll take it in the fall, get it changed, so when spring hits, I don't have to mess with it, right? The last thing you want to do, and I'm going to hopefully give you a little tip and kind of help our boat dealer friends, if you can avoid any service on your boat, late September, October, early November, because that's when they're putting boats away for storage, and most of the crews at marinas are going crazy getting boats in for storage. That usually slows down right around Thanksgiving. And then if you can avoid January, February, March, April, even early May, get everything done. Get everything you can get done in the summertime, right? July, August, September. That's usually when the marinas are, believe it or not, least busy, especially during holidays. A lot of people will run their boats, even if they run at all, they're going to put them in the water and go, I'll deal with it later. Try to avoid those heavy times of service. Right now, I know Freeway Marina, my good buddies and family, they store 300 and some odd boats. Those boats got to come in, they got to be clean, they got to be shrink wrapped, they got to be put away, they got to be winterized. They're busy. So right now is kind of the end of that time. So if you got something you need to get done, get it done now. What you don't want to do is go in February and go, man, I got to get this work done, and I got to be on the Detroit River first week of April. It might not get done because now it's boat show season. It's prep season for new boats. It's all that stuff. So there's a couple of windows time of year where you got a chance to get service. There's a couple of windows where you don't. So preventive maintenance, regular service, kind of schedule that around non-busy times at your marinas. That's just a good little piece of advice there. Roy says, so how they do it at work, and it's overkill, lower unit oil, trailer bearings, oil change in 4-strokes, antifreeze the engine, and fog the motor. I have yet to this day to fog a motor. And like I said, I've had, I've had boats forever. So, am I telling you not to? No, I'm telling you not to at all. Follow the instructions in your owner's manual to a T. Do it. Danny says, change your fuel water separator so it doesn't freeze. Good idea. Change that. Or take it off in the wintertime, right? If you're not going to use the boat, and then make sure you get a brand new one on in the spring. Randy Kruger looking at going lithium next spring. I've heard nothing. Let me back up. I've heard much more negative about lithium than I have positive. So maybe that's something. Maybe I'll make myself a little note here. Maybe we need to discuss lithium. Maybe I got a couple guys that are running lithium. I got a couple guys that know about lithium. I know a couple guys who had troubles with lithium. So maybe I'll do a little research on lithium batteries. Maybe one time this winter we'll talk about lithium batteries, the pluses and minus. So that might be a good conversation. All right, good. So it sounds like all you guys kind of do a little bit of your own work, your own maintenance. Man, I am really, really thirsty this morning. And the coffee just ain't getting it. All right, Matt says he'll only fog when it sits more than 2 months. Other than that, I'll go out if the ramps are open or if the ramps are out or open. And John makes a great point. That's why I said I'm not telling you not to fog. I'm just telling you I never fog. I don't keep my boats for 10 plus years. Now, I did have the first motor. I can't really count the first motor because it was a 1947. The second motor we had, I got it in 1982. Yeah, I got it in 82, and we sold it in 88. So I had it for 6 years. When I got it in 82, it was a 76. It was already, so that was an older motor, and we just didn't, never fogged. Then I had my Lund from 88. I had my Lund Pro V from 1988 to 1998, and we never ever fogged that. So I think there's some of that stuff. See, and some of you guys, so here's the deal. Number one, follow the instructions of your owner's manual. That's number one. So don't listen to don't do what I do. I'm telling you what I do. Don't do what I do. Follow your owner's manual or listen to your dealer. Number two, a lot of you guys are comfortable, right? You take spark plugs out of the head, you get them in there, you know exactly when to torque them, where you got a torque wrench. Look at this guy doesn't do that, right? This guy's got a Phillips screwdriver and a flat screwdriver and a couple pairs of wrenches, and I've got an electric drill that my wife doesn't let me touch without adult supervision. So I'm not that guy. I am 100%, I'm the guy that keeps mechanics in business, right? My feeling, I'm going to date myself, but I think most of you are this old. My feeling is if a guy can make a living at something, make a good enough living to take an ad out in the Yellow Pages, it's something I shouldn't be doing. I either don't have the knowledge or don't have the tools. And I'm not going to waste 2 hours, 3 hours on a Saturday when it's nice, screwing around, fogging my motor, and that's just not me. That's not what I do. I'd rather drop the motor off at a marina, go play golf, and pick the boat up. I'm not that guy. I am not DIY Johnny. So some of you love that stuff. I know some of you, I know some guys thrive on that stuff, right? Cranking on their engine and wrenching on this. Beautiful. I'm glad I know you guys, because when I have a problem, I know where to take it. But I'm not that guy. I am not do-it-yourself Joe. Said my dream one day is live in a condo, and when a light bulb goes out, I call somebody, run out of toilet paper, somebody comes up and changes it. That's kind of I got other things to do. I got other things to do. I know John probably loves to wrench. Probably has the right tools. That's not my thing. And I get frustrated. I'm trying to think who I talked to the other day. I put my new Motor Guide trolling motor on the removable bracket to put it on the pontoon. And it takes metric size wrenches, and the way it's built, you got to have a long socket extension that's skinny. You can't use a fat one again. So I made some notes and got a hold of my friend. I said, look it, when you engineers design something that you know is 90% positive to be put on by the end user, the fishing guy, right? I don't care what it is. If you're an engineer, if you design something, go to Home Depot, go to Menards, go to Walmart, buy a $49.99 tool set in a case. You got some sockets. If you can't put it on with that, you've over designed it, because you have to think that probably that's the tools that most guys are going to have. Not everybody has, a 14-inch socket extension that's really skinny and holds a half-inch drive socket that has to be 12 inches high. Nobody has that. Nobody has that sitting around. I shouldn't say nobody. I'm sure some of you guys do. But if you're an engineer and you're designing something that the end user is going to put together, I don't care if it's a TV stand. I don't care if it's a TV bracket. I don't care if it's a mount removable bracket for your trolling motor on a boat. Go to Menards, buy a $49.99 toolkit that's all in one plastic case, and make sure that that person can put it together with that kit. You'll save a lot of people a lot of frustration. And there won't be as many tools thrown. I can promise you that. So there you go. Dale says, where's a water separator and what's it look like? Usually, Dale, water separator is looks like an oil filter. It's usually in the battery compartment, and what it does is it cuts the fuel line or interrupts the fuel line, and the fuel goes into that water separator, and then it comes back out. And what it does is that separator catches the water. I've only had a water separator on my Yamahas. They asked for it. None of my other engines ever did. The E-Tex, and now my Suzuki does not. It has a small one inside, but Yamaha asked for an external. I'm not a big fan. But if you run, it's one of those things, if you run rec gas 90% of the time, a fuel water separator really isn't that big of a deal. So you may not even have one, Dale, so don't worry too much about it. Phil says, lithium on a boat scares me. Go watch a YouTube video what happens when lithium and water get together. Amen. Randy says he takes his boat to Mitch. Yeah, there you go. Frank says before, this is a great point Frank's gonna make. I don't want to get too far down this this lithium hole, because I want to kind of make that one discussion. He says, before lithium, think about the balance of your boat. So I did a 36 volt lithium up front and had to add weight because the front was way too light. So traditionally you're putting in 36 volts, you're putting in 300-pound batteries. Let's say you got 300 pounds up front. I know my batteries are underneath my rod locker, so they're low in the boat, they create center of gravity, and they push weight forward to offset the weight in the back of the boat from the fuel tank. Well, now you put a 36 volt lithium there that weighs 35 pounds. You just took 250 pounds out of the front of your boat. Your boat's going to run a lot different. So definitely something to think about. Thank you, Frank. Great point. Definitely something to think about when you're running lithium is how is your boat going to actually sit. John Gall says, what is fogging? So traditionally, the idea is you take a spray that kind of coats the inside of the cylinder head. You take the spark plug out, and you just spray this fogging oil into the cylinder, or you open the motor, you spray fogging oil into the cylinder, and it kind of coats the cylinder to stop rust. So there you go. There's an idiot's explanation of fogging. I don't know. Whatever. Sounds like a lot of stuff to get sprayed around for if you want me. Rob says, typical goalie, no tools. Yeah, I don't mess with that stuff. I'm not that guy. So I told kid I know the other day, he just got married, he's 25 years old. I said, I'm gonna give you some piece of advice, kid. I said, most guys, when they get married, they spend their first year of marriage impressing their wife with everything they can fix. I said, I spent the first year of my marriage proving to my wife I can't fix anything, and I'm probably gonna break it worse than it is. I says, now when there's a problem, she says, hey, you need to call a plumber before you go fishing, so I don't ever have to sit at home and fix a bunch of crap and ruin my Saturdays and Sundays. I know a lot of guys who wake up Saturday morning and go to bed Sunday night and never leave the house because they got a list. See, I did everything so bad the first year, my wife doesn't ask me to do anything. So I just go fishing and pay the plumber. So, might be dumb, but I'm not so dumb. Yeah, I'm not a big do-it-yourself. If you know me, Larry Kammer's probably spitting his coffee out. Forrest, it got to the point when Duncan was rigging my boats, he's like, you can't even be here. You can't even be here. Just go away. Come back in 2 days and come get it. So, yeah, I'm not that guy. Not that I can't, I just don't want to. I just don't really care. I don't want to know how an engine works. I don't want to know where the hoochie goes, and don't care. Not my job. All right. Matt says, anyone ever changed impeller on a Verado? I've done it as kicker. I don't know if I would touch anything on a Verado. That's me. Again, me. But the way those Verados are built, I don't know that I would touch anything on a Verado because that's a pretty complex, sophisticated system. I don't know that I would. I don't know that I would mess with a Verado. I think a Verado I would take to a dealer. Randy Kruger says he has 2 lead acids. Now, Randy's just the opposite of Frank, right? He's got 2 lead acids in the back of his 166 Polar Craft. That's an extra 150 pounds. He wants to get rid of that weight. So there you go. John says he doesn't like to wrench, but he just likes spending money more. There you go. Barth Plowman, this is talking to John. Spraying fogging oil into the carburetor or removing spark plugs and spraying fogging oil into the cylinder. Fogging oil comes in a spray can like WD-40. Yeah, like I said, that's... Frank says he's had his lithiums for 2 years. Been great. Fast recharge. I haven't ran out of batteries trolling yet. There you go. They just started coming out with starting batteries. So, Frank, I'm going to reach out to you when we talk about lithium. Get some info from you. I got a couple other guys that have had bad experiences with lithium. So like I said, I'll get some data together and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in one of our coffee hours. And Forrest makes a good point. That's why companies design stuff the way they do. They don't want me to fix anything. They don't want us to fix anything anymore. I agree with the fixing part. I disagree with the adding an accessory that you should be able to add. So, it's funny. Danny, yes, Danny. He says he's an auto tech. Don't get me started on engineers. I changed a headlight on my wife's Ford Edge not too long ago, and I think when I was done, I had 3 different size sockets and a different size wrench to change a light assembly. That's ridiculous. That's just absolutely don't get me started on engineer. Don't get me started on engineers number 1. Don't get me started on engineers number 2. Because I'm going to tell you, well, you know what? It's the same as boat engineers, right? How many of you have had to change a live well pump and you get access a hole this big to get down there? None of those guys have ever, it all looks good on paper, but the minute you got to get down there and change a pump, they've never had their hands down there in the dark and can't see. So, there you go. Rod Carnell says he had a lithium explode on a snowmobile. Yeah, there you go. Randy Kruger says not so loud, his wife is listening. All right, Rod, have a good day at work. Anyway, so all right, that's a nice little talk about batteries in fall. You found out some things about me. I don't like to do any of that stuff. I'm lazy. I am flat out. If there's something else to do, I'd much rather do that than any kind of maintenance or. And that's not true. I mean, obviously I do basic maintenance, and we go through and all that stuff. So, Brian says, do you do anything special with your kicker motor? No, same stuff. Same exact stuff. So, I don't do anything different with kicker motor. Kicker motor is just a smaller version of a big engine. They still need to be taken care of. So, all right, quick commercial, real quick. If you have not yet. Please go to our YouTube channel. Like it. Actually, you don't like the YouTube channel. Go to our YouTube channel. I'm gonna post a link right now. Go to our YouTube channel and please subscribe. We've got a contest coming. When we get to, I think we're right up to 300 subscribers right now. If we get up to let me kill this. If we get up to, when we get to 400 subscribers, we're going to give away a really, really, really nice prize. So there's our YouTube channel. I just posted a link. I think that's the link. Let me make sure. Make sure that works. Sure, that takes you to there. When you get there, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then there's a little bell there by the subscribe button. Click on the subscribe button, hit the bell. That will notify you every time we do a new video. If you could, please take some time to watch a few little videos and like and comment on those videos. That helps us. It helps us immensely. And you can see the page here. I'm actually on as an admin, but you can actually see the page right here. We've got all of our stuff kind of separated. So that's something that we really, really need some help with. Please go on that page. If you see a video you like, please share it with your friends. That would really, really help us out. Would be a big deal. Jim says, where is the bell you talk of? So when you get on the page and you subscribe, you should end up, I can't subscribe to myself. You should end up, where is it? I'm looking at this, unfortunately, as an admin, so I don't see the same exact stuff. But there should be a little bell by the subscribe button that lets you be notified every time there is a new video. I'll check and look. I'll go back in today and see. But it should be close to the subscribe button, Jimmy. If you could do that, I'd really appreciate it. If you're an Instagram or Twitter person, at Teachin Fishin, all one word with no G's, please like our Twitter and our Instagram account. So we are going to do, starting today, actually we're going to go back to, I think, Wednesday of last week, because that's when we kind of started this campaign. So from Wednesday of last week, when we had 120 subscribers, on our YouTube page. So from then until Friday, this coming Friday, actually this coming Sunday, so from last Wednesday to Sunday, all of our new likes and subscribers on YouTube and all of our new followers on Instagram and Twitter, we're going to put you guys in a hat, and we're going to have a drawing for a really, really, really good prize. And we're going to kind of do that every little bit. So go subscribe to the YouTube channel, and if you're a Twitter person, at Teachin Fishin on Twitter, at Teachin Fishin on Instagram. The more times you subscribe, follow Instagram, follow Twitter, subscribe to YouTube, the more you do that, the more chances you have to win, and it is a prize worth winning. And we will do that every 10 days or so with the new subscribers and followers. So there you go. And if you share a video, we will add you to a list. So if you go on YouTube, watch a video, and you can share that video to your page or out to your friends, for every share, we will add your name into the list for the drawing. So I think we've got like 65 videos on YouTube. You could share each one of those and get 65 chances to win a really, really cool prize. So there you go. All right, second thing for today, if you are here for the first or second time today, if today is your first or second visit to Coffee Hour, when we're done today, please comment on the page. So just come on here and write a comment. Let me know if this is your first or second time, and you have to let me know how you found out about us. How did you find out about Coffee Hour? Was it through a Teachin Fishin post? Was it through a different Facebook page? Was it through a different website? Was it through a friend? So if this is your first or second visit, let us know. Let us know where you found out about us. Just take a comment. Hey, first time here, I found out about you from Metro Detroit Walleye Stalkers. And everybody that's a first or second timer today, I will draw a prize on Friday, and we'll let you know on Monday who won a prize. We're going to give away a prize a week for new viewers. So that means that if you are on here and you tell your friends about Teachin Fishin, and they come to Coffee Hour next Monday for the first time, and they say, hey, I'm on here the first time, Mitch Lidge told me, and then that person wins a prize. If they were referred by another person, that person that referred them is also going to get a prize pack. So I got a bunch of prize packs put together. There's lures. We got a couple that have lures and scents, and it's a nice little soft-sided cooler from Offshore Tackle with probably about 50, 60 bucks worth of stuff in there. So just so you know. So if you're new, first or second time here today, please post that and let us know where you found out about us. If you are a regular listener, you got a chance to win a prize pack. Invite your friends to join us at Coffee Hour. So when I post the promo on Sunday, share that, or just get a hold of your friends through Facebook and say, hey, check this out Monday morning, and we'll do this again next Monday. So people who are here for the first or second time, they'll post that they're here for the first or second time, post that they were referred by so-and-so, and when we draw a name, the person that's first or second wins, and the person that referred them also wins a prize. So chance for you guys to win some good prizes. All right, Frank says he's a first timer this week. Frank, let me know where you found out about us. So you guys, I see Ed did the same thing. Let me know exactly where you found out about us. If it was another Facebook page, just type in the name of that page, okay? All right, Randy says he tried to subscribe. I need to enter a YouTube password. I have no idea what that password is. So Randy, to subscribe, you have to create a YouTube account. So just create a YouTube account, and then you can subscribe to any of the pages you want to subscribe to. That password has nothing to do with us. That's an account you create with YouTube. It should very easy when you create an account with YouTube, because if you have a Gmail account, those are already hooked to YouTube. So it should be a simple process to create an account on YouTube with your Facebook or your Gmail email account. Steven says, when will the jigs be in? Probably not until December. I know they're getting made right now. Again, that's a cash flow thing, and I don't want to say too much about show season. I think everybody here in Michigan knows what's going on. I'm not going to jinx us about show season, but here's what I would tell you about this winter. As far as especially show season, get yourself a comfortable chair, get yourself a nice computer, or hopefully a computer hooked to a nice monitor. Get yourself a notepad and settle in for January, February, March, because we're going to have a lot of really cool stuff here at Teachin Fishin. I'm just going to leave it at that. Just going to leave it at that. So, Doug Ward said he watched the February 2019 Sonar video session number 1 this morning. Good stuff. That's a great source. I'm going to kind of chew this time up here. So if you go to our website, especially you new guys, you go to the website Teachin Fishin, and we had a guy ask a question yesterday on Facebook. His question was, how can I tell walleyes from non-walleyes on when I'm fishing the Detroit River on a sonar? And game fish are very, very easy to identify differently than non-game fish on your sonar. Should be a fairly easy thing. There's 3 distinct characteristics of a mark on your screen that a game fish makes that non-game fish do not make. So he asked me about that. I just want to kind of show you something. If you go to our YouTube page, or I'm sorry, our Facebook, our website, teachinfishin.com, and you scroll down, you're seeing it right here, and you scroll down past the TV, and you got to go back and watch the TV stuff too. You go down to what's called the Video Vault. If you click on the Video Vault, that'll take you to where all of our older videos stored for right now. It's all at some point going to end up on YouTube, but right now some of the stuff's over here. Click on the study sessions and look at all of those. Those are really, really, really cool little things that we did that break down in detail. They really break down in detail some important topics in walleye fishing. So I know if you scroll down February of 2019, the February session that Doug's talking about, February session number 1, is sonar. And it talks about sonar interpretation and why you don't always see fish arches and why not seeing fish arches is actually a good thing most days. It talks about how, so there it is right here, February study session number 1, 2D Sonar the Basics and Beyond. We have another one for side scan, down scan. But that quick little 20 minutes talks about how to read your sonar, how the cone angle works, how the math of sonar works, why you don't always see fish arches, why not seeing fish arches is usually a good sign, why you don't really want to see fish arches, what game fish look like versus non-game fish, and just some basics. So there's a lot of stuff there. Go to teachinfishin.com, scroll down, go to the Video Vault, and then click on the Study Session tab. Lots of stuff here to watch. And again, at some point they'll all get over to YouTube. But Mike's worked his butt off the last couple days to get our YouTube channel going, so he's going to take a little break and get caught up with some other editing, but there we go. Roy Miller says, rest in peace, show season 2021. Dougie says, can't wait to use the new Denali Teachin Fishin jigging rods. You're going to love them. I believe that 100%. Matt says, check out SmackDown Outdoor Podcast in December for a virtual ice show. That's Dougie Glimmerveen, our good friend over at SmackDown Outdoors. So I will get with Doug and we'll post a link to his virtual ice show. I know we've got some stuff coming up with ice fishing. We're going to do some stuff with Mark Panazak. We're going to do some little videos on picking the right shanty, picking the right rod for walleye fishing, both in the shanty and out of the shanty. We're going to talk about augers. We're going to talk about the right handful of lures you need for walleye jigging. We're going to talk about some walleye techniques. We're going to put together a whole library of ice fishing instructional little 2-3 minute videos with our good friend Mark Panazak. And I hate to say it, but Mark, we're going to do some on-the-water ice fishing stuff. Mark is going to teach your old buddy Lance why ice fishing is so cool. So we're going to have a little video series of Lance, who does not like to ice fish, doesn't like to be cold, doesn't like to be on the water when it's frozen unless I'm ice skating in a rink. You're going to see Mark kind of walk me through the process of becoming an ice angler. So that'll be kind of fun to do. Races, this is his second Monday. It showed up on Facebook. He's from North Dakota, living along the Missouri River. All righty, perfect. Perfect. So, got a couple new guys today. Rock Campbell said he went jigging last week. He used the Denali's and Lamaglass. He says he will be selling the Lamaglass, just saying. So there you go. And Michael from Teachin Fishin, our good buddy Mike that does all of our video work, said the same thing. If you're on YouTube, you can watch anything you want, but I think if you want to subscribe, you have to have a YouTube account. And those are generally, you can make an account very, very quickly because they're usually attached to your Gmail account. So there you go. Randy says if you have a smart TV, you should be able to access YouTube and watch Teachin Fishin videos on your. Yeah, you can watch them without having an account, but to subscribe, you need an account. So Jim says, okay, Randy Ployster, Jimmy Bishop, thanks, Jimmy. It's your Google password. You had to enter your email address first and the password. So yeah, all you gotta do is go to YouTube, sign in. It'll be your Gmail account and whatever your password is for that Gmail account, because those are all linked together. So, Chris Morehouse says, what's a good inflatable PFD that won't break the bank? We use the Onyx. The Onyx A24s is our favorite. Those run about $180. I have seen good quality PFDs, usually private label, Bass Pro, West Marine. I have seen some really, really good PFDs, below $100, especially now at Christmas time. So Chris, keep your eyes open for that. That's something to kind of keep your eyes open. I will tell you this, we were on the pontoon the other day, and I use the Onyx, and it has a little V strap in the back and a single strap. Jason Kelly, Greg Pollock, Jeff Malinowski, and I think Chris McCulley all had Bass Pro style jackets on there. A little thicker in the front than the Onyx is, but they had a little bit wider back strap with a little, T strap across the back, and it looked a lot more comfortable than just the little skinny strap I use. So I would tell you, Chris, if you get a chance, go to a store and try a couple on. If something fits and it feels good and it's $20 more, spend that extra $20 because I want you to wear them, right? If you buy a life jacket and you save $20 and it doesn't feel good, it's not comfortable, it's too bulky, you're not going to wear it, and that's the whole point. So, but I know the Bass Pro ones, I've seen those on sale for $89.99, $99.99. So just kind of keep your eye open for those private label stuff. If you get stuck, we have them on our website. Walleye101.com is our store still. You can still go there. We're working on updating the sale site and changing the name. But right now, Walleye101.com. You can go, and on the left side it says safety. Click on safety. You can see the life jackets that we actually use. So there you go. Key says, love that you're going to start talking about ice fishing. I'm not going to talk about ice fishing. I'm going to talk to somebody who can talk about ice fishing because I don't know anything about ice fishing. So Randy says, think the ice fishing video will be fair. No, I think I'm actually looking forward to it. Right? I'm actually really looking forward to it. Matt says, hi, Matt. This is my second visit to Coffee Hour this month. Yeah, Matt, you're not in this contest. Matt says Bass Pro will have their PFDs on sale typically in December. Yeah, I've seen them right around Christmas time for right around $100, Chris. So and I know they're really comfortable. The guys like them. So that's where I would look. Okay, beauty, 754. All right, what else we got for today? I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to leave the trip planning for next week. I really wanted to talk about it with the winds we had yesterday. There was some really cool stuff, so I'm going to gather some pictures and kind of put together a very, very quick overview of trip planning because our good friends Ali Shakur, Chris McCulley, Dean Cushman, They're putting together some videos, some short videos for YouTube, and then a seminar that's going to talk about trip planning, how they use all the tools, how they look at it, how they process it before, a couple days before they go fishing, how that information helps them make decisions on where they're going to launch, kind of what to look for, and that type of thing. It is a huge piece of the puzzle. For you guys who don't trip plan, don't know where to find stuff, again, go to teachinfishin.com. You go back to our homepage. If you scroll down to below all the TV stuff, to the Resource Center, you can click on the Resource Center and everything's there. There's our library article, which will have a bunch more articles on there fairly quick. Our Safety Lab talks about boating safety. We're working on some new stuff for there. The Great Lakes Coastal Forecasting, that is a cool site. Click on that and just play with that. That is awesome. We're going to talk about that in detail a little bit later this year. The wind and wave forecast, live buoy data, satellite image to get water clarity, maps of water temperature, webcams around the Great Lakes. So if you're looking for one place to go to get all the information you need to get, our fish tracking sheets so you can track your catch, some boating safety stuff, licenses and laws, where to get online licenses, all that stuff in one spot. So if you are a person that likes to save stuff to the home screen of your phone or on the home screen of your computer, please go to teachinfishin.com, click on the Resource Center and save that URL. And that'll take you to a place you can get to one stop that you can get to all the stuff you need to get to for planning a trip, both before and after, or before and during your trip, on and off the water. So there you go. Ryan says, late to the show. Ryan, we're on USA time down here, buddy. Come on. Matt says, did you fish Huron? Lorraine was still on fire, or 50 walleye and bone. We fished Huron, obviously, with our group 2 weekends ago. That was awesome fishing. Dean fished Friday and Saturday this week, I think, out of Huron. But he ended up going, not to Lorraine, but ended up going that way, ended up going east. I didn't get a chance to fish this weekend. So, Will, Tim Lakai, Will says, good morning. Long-time watcher, first-time commenter. Jeez. Do you have any suggestions on a handicap-friendly marina on Saginaw Bay? I would tell you that you could probably do what you need to do at Limited Beach Marina. They have a really, really good, what do I want to call it, bump dock, courtesy dock, that you can launch your boat, get over to the courtesy dock. There is a ramp on the courtesy dock that is wheelchair accessible, and then the courtesy dock puts you, not too hard to get on the boat. If not, there's always people there that can help you. I would say you could probably do what you need to do at Limited Beach. If you want to send me an email, William, I'm gonna give you my email address. If you want to send me an email of exactly what you need and what facilities you need and kind of what you need to launch your boat, shoot me an email. Let me know, and I'd be more than happy to check into that and find you a good marina. I'm pretty sure we can take care of you there at Limited Beach Marina without question. But let me know exactly what you need, and we'll make sure we take care of you. So, Ed Hyman says, north edge of the dump in Huron. Frank Brusky did Huron Saturday. Fish were stacked very high, 50 back P10s. Got all the eaters you want. Did get 1 7-pounder. I haven't talked to Dean. I don't know exactly where he got them. Roy Miller's just got 2 Onyx 24 inflatable PFDs in the mail. Good for you, Roy. Now wear them. So there you go. Kim says, have a good day. Good. All right, I'm going to wrap it up for the day. So remember, if you're a first or second time visitor here, I got 3 guys so far. Let me know that you're here for the first or second time. And let us know where you found out about us. So if you found out about us through Facebook, let me know what page. Did you see it on a page, or did it pop up in your news view and just say, hey, you might want to check this out? We're trying to kind of track where all of our stuff is coming from. Please go to our YouTube page. Subscribe to our YouTube page. Again, watch a video or 2, like, and make a comment on a video. That helps us. And then if you're an Instagram and or a Twitter follower, We are at Lance or at Teachin Fishin on both Twitter and Instagram. If you can follow us there, that really helps us too. So if you haven't got it yet, we're making a big push into the world of social. You know, we've tried to kind of keep everything kind of in our own little Teachin Fishin bubble. The world is different now. We need to get out and let people know what's going on through other areas. So that would really help us. So, all right, like I said, new subscribers to YouTube, new likes and followers of the Teachin Fishin Facebook page, the page right now. So if you don't follow this page, make sure before you leave today, you like and follow the Teachin Fishin Facebook page. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then go follow our Instagram and Twitter at Teachin Fishin. So all of those that get done from last Wednesday to Sunday, we're going to put all those in a hat, and we are going to draw a really, really nice prize. And then also don't forget, if you want more chances to win, share a video from YouTube, either to your Facebook page or to a friend. Find a video, share it, say, hey, good information, you guys should watch this. The more you share, the more chances you have to win. So there we go. All right, have a great week, everybody. Randy says catch tomorrow. I'm going to try, Randy. I can't guarantee because I got a lot of stuff to do today. It's going to make a late night tonight, and I've got some things I have to do first thing in the morning tomorrow. We'll try to get catch tomorrow morning. I can't promise. So there you go. All right, guys, have a great week. Appreciate you very, very much. Again, take some time, go through the YouTube channel, watch some videos, like them, make a comment. Spend some time on the Teachin Fishin website, teachinfishin.com. Lots of cool stuff there. Lots of stuff going on the free TV channel. Scroll down, Resource Center, Video Vault, lots of really cool stuff there. So kind of learn kind of what's going on. All right? All right, guys, have a great day. Have a great week. We'll see. Oh, no, have a great day because tomorrow, let me wrap up with this. Tomorrow, 7:30 on Tuesday, November 17th, we are going to do a live Q&A right here about fall fishing. We traditionally do our monthly Q&A at the end of the month, but because fall fishing is so good right now, there's so much going on, and it looks like we're going to have a couple days next week to actually get back on the water. We're going to move our live Q&A about fall walleye fishing up to tomorrow. So Tuesday, November 17th, 7:30 p.m. We'll be here for about an hour. And we'll be talking fall walleye. So it'll be a little conversation, but it's really a Q&A. So bring your questions about fall walleye. Okay? All right, 3 things Matt just reminded me. Thank you, Matt. 3 things we always end Teachin Fishin Coffee Hour with is this. In honor of our good friend Duncan, if you have something you're dealing with, something that you need to handle, something that's frustrating you, something that just needs to get done, you're just not doing it, find one thing you can do today to make that situation better and do that one thing. Make it your priority today. Figure out what's one thing I can do to get closer to being happy, closer to being done, closer to being fulfilled. What's that one thing I can do today? Do it first. Secondly, like Matt says, reach out to someone. You know, we're going to be shut back down again. I know people are freaking out. Reach out to people you know are just having a hard time. Just say hi. I have reached out to about 20 old high school friends in the last couple months, people I haven't talked to literally in years. And I just, something just said, man, I need to talk to these people just to say hi. Reach out to somebody you haven't talked to. Let them know you're there for them. Let them know you care about them. Let them know you're thinking about them. Reconnect with an old friend if you can. And lastly, the thing that I want you to get the most out of Teachin Fishin, what we do 100%, be kind. Find a reason to be kind today. Be kind. Think of other people when you before you make a post, before you make a comment, before you walk into a store with or without a mask. Put your feelings aside. Think about other people. Be kind. The world needs kindness right now more than it has ever needed it. And you can have a viewpoint that may be contrary, but you can still be kind during your interactions. be kind. Find a reason to be kind. Be kind to somebody who doesn't deserve your kindness. That's your goal for the week. Be kind. All right? All right, guys, we'll see you back here tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Thank you for your time today. Have a great day today. Have a great day tomorrow. We'll see you back here 7:30 p.m. as we go live Q&A talking about fall walleye fishing. All right, guys, have a great day. Thank you so much again for joining me. Have a great day.